Hello students, once again welcome to English Literature Classroom. Today I am going to teach a poem. Okay, the name of the poem is I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, written by Maya Angelou. Let me tell you something about the poet. Okay, Maya Angelou was a celebrated poet, novelist, memoirist, dramatist, actress and civil rights activist. Maya experienced great discrimination not only for being an African American but also for being a woman. She was doubly marginalized on the basis of her race and gender. Okay. Now, in this poem, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, the poet has highlighted about two birds, caged bird and free birds. Okay, now look, there's an inner meaning also in writing this poem. The free bird represents the white race and the domination, whereas caged bird becomes a metaphor for African American and their confinement. Now look, the poet herself was African American. Okay, therefore she was oppressed, she was discriminated in the society, and that is why she compared herself with the caged bird. Okay, and free birds are the white race who dominated them. Okay, now let's start line to line explanation. A free bird lives on the back of the wind and floats downstream till the current ends and dips his wing in the orange sun rays and dares to claim the sky. Okay, now the poet begins by referring to the flight of a free bird who springs free from the ground to fly in the direction of the air current. It looks as if the bird had immersed his wings in the orange rays of the sun covering the sky. The free bird flies as if the sky belonged to him. Okay, let's continue the second stanza. But a bird that stalks down his narrow cage can seldom see through his bars of rake. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. The next stanza tells about the caged bird who is constantly watching down his cage. He can almost never see through his bars. His vision is limited, he is enslaved. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied. Under such circumstance, the only option he has is to open his throat to sing. Okay, this caged birds, okay, these caged birds are helpless. These caged birds are helpless. It can do nothing except it can open its throat and sing. Okay, now look, I have also given the meaning. Downstream, you have come through this word in the first stanza. Okay, it means in the direction in which a stream, river, air, etc. flows. Narrow cage, it is also in the first, not in the first stanza, it is in the second extract. Okay, narrow cage, it refers to the restriction on the life of a caged bird. Okay, now let's continue the third stanza. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill. Now what is fearful trill? It means to produce sound in an unsteady way, especially because you are afraid or nervous. Clear? The caged bird sings with fearful trill of things unknown, but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill, for the caged bird sings of freedom. Okay? The caged bird quavers while singing of the things unknown. He realizes his condition but still longs for freedom. The poet reveals that the bird's cry for freedom is heard at a faraway place. Okay, now let's come to the fourth stanza. Okay, the free bird thinks of another breeze, and the trade winds sob through the sighing trees, and the fat worms waiting on a dawn bright lawn, and he names the sky his own. Okay, the stanza goes back to the unrestricted movement of the free bird. Free bird thinks of another breeze. Okay, what does free bird think of? The another breeze. The poet also mentions the fat worms that are waiting on a lawn. Okay, where are the fat worms waiting? On the lawn at sunrise to be consumed by him. Him means free bird. It appears as if the bird had named the sky his own, since there are no other birds to contest with him. Okay, there are no other birds to contest with the free bird. Now, let's come to the fifth stanza. But a caged bird stands on the grave of dreams. His shadow shouts on a nightmare scream. His wings are clipped and his feet are tied, so he opens his throat to sing. Okay, the fifth stanza now tells about the birds in the cage. The cage that has now become the grave of the bird's dream. Poet describes the bird's cries as that of someone having a nightworm. Nightworm, not nightmare, sorry. Okay, The poet describes the bird cries as that of someone having a nightmare. Once again, the caged bird sings of freedom. Now look, orange sun rays. This word, okay, you have come through these orange sun rays, these three words you have come through in the first extract, okay. There is a reflection of the free and lively atmosphere that the bird lives in. Now let's come to the last stanza. The caged bird sings with a fearful trill of things unknown but longed for still, and his tune is heard on the distant hill. For the caged bird sings of freedom. Okay, this final stanza is a repetition of the third stanza, okay, which emphasizes the distressing condition of the caged bird. Okay, I have already told you it in the third stanza. Now let's come to the question answer. First question is, what do the bars of rake stand for? Bars of rake is a metaphor that represents the imprisonment of innocent slaves. Over here, it refers to the bird who is caged and is filled with rage. Rage means anger. Next question. Explain the significance of the free bird. The free bird is the metaphor for the white American who experiences the freedom of life. There is no restriction bar in the movement of activity of the white American, making his life blissful. And the third question is, what does the poet indirectly refer to while mentioning of the free? Again I'm repeating this answer, okay. What does the poet indirectly refer to while mentioning of the free and the caged bird? Answer. While mentioning of the free bird, the poet indirectly refers to the white race and their domination, whereas the caged bird indirectly refers to the African Americans who had to face racism and oppression it is, okay. With this I am concluding this video. In my next video I am going to bring something new. Until then, goodbye.